Happy New Year, and thank you so much for joining us for this PIX11 News Special. New York City is one that is built on dining out, from power lunches to romantic meals to celebrations with friends. We love to eat, whether we live or visit the greatest city in the world. And there is no meal that is more beloved than brunch. Here now, a year's worth of some of our PIX11 favorite finds, starting with one of the most prolific restaurant groups in New York City and the nation, Tao Group, under the kingmaker of menus and Staten Island native, Chef Ralph Scamardella. The searing hot stove at Cathedrale restaurant is an altar for the food that is prepared here. From gorgeous fat chunks of rare tuna to a glorious shakshuka, where eggs gently poach inside a tomato sauce bath, to an iced-down lobster with snow crab claws, shrimp, and clams.
I like to do the fork.
This is like the Nona method.
Yes.
Welcome to this worship service where the sea meets the land, and Chef Ralph Scamardella is the master over them all. Today's centerpiece, an omelet with herbed creme fraiche, caviar, and potato chips.
I like to move it a little bit, just a French omelet.
Chef Ralph, when not presiding over the 47 restaurant empire of the Tao Group, can be found at the stove doing what he was born to do. That's a lot of butter, Chef.
That's okay. Butter is good. Butter is good.
Here at Cathedral at Moxie East Village, butter is the secret to this sacred omelet. And the finishing touches, taking it to an even higher level. Creme fraiche and herbs, a simply dressed salad with lemon and olive oil and a topper of caviar. And then
the final surprise is our potato chip. We make these potato chips in-house. We fry them in extra virgin olive oil, so they're super light, super crispy.
this reminds me of being in the lunchroom and putting my potato chips in my ham and American cheese sandwich.
Excellent.
This movable feast is carried to the patio where we partake of the holy communion of a bountiful table.
Italian food and Mediterranean food, very clean, very light, and ingredient focused. Not lots of sauces, not lots of preparation, just really great ingredients, prepared simply, seasoned lightly.
Here's
Cheers.
to another successful Sunday brunch.
Excellent. Sunday brunch, Cathedral.
Sunday brunch. Multicultural dining, you could say it's in our DNA in New York City, and it is a given that we're going to get the most authentic flavors straight from the mother countries. Chef and cultural and charitable icon Jose Andres does this on repeat, bringing us on a virtual vacation every time we sit at one of his tables. Bounty on the table abounds at Spanish Diner, the sprawling brunch spot inside Little Mercado at Hudson Yards on Manhattan's West Side. The egg takes center stage in so many dishes over Valencian bomba rice, often with its delicious companion, jamon, the much-beloved Spanish ham, all of it served Madrid style.
Now, mix everything. That's why they are called huevos estrellados. The literal translation will be crushed eggs. You can plate it, or you can do Madrid way, and just from the plate.
Oh, delicious. Jersey's got nothing on Spain's diners, known as Casas de Comida, simply house of food.
Comfort food from the casas de comidas, from the food of our grandmothers.
Yeah.
But also those dishes made with eggs that are characteristic of the Spanish cuisine.
We meet Chef Nico Lopez at the stove, one of the stars of Jose Andres and his 24 restaurant empire. He's quick to share the secrets of all this comforting cuisine, here creating the perfect tortilla patata, a creamy mixture of cooked eggs, potatoes, and ham. Slide it in?
Yes. Yeah.
Woo!
Oh my
Got
God.
it.
Are you professional or what?
I will be with your help. The perfect fried egg cooked in a bath of olive oil to make puntilla, those crunchy, caramelized edges.
We have the crunchy puntilla, the runny egg yolk.
Let me get in
Everything.
here. Empanadas de bonita, or tuna.
It smells like my grandma. It smells like a house.
No meal complete, of course, without croquetas. Crunchy on the outside, perfectly soft inside, resplendent with chicken and potato, eggs again over avocados, and sinful Spanish postres, dessert.
The base cheesecake is cooked at high temperature for a very short period.
Wow.
The result is this beautiful caramelized crust. Look how creamy.
And Jose Andres' mother's recipe for the ultimate creamy flan. The texture is unbelievable. We wash it all down with white sangria made with cava, Spain's sparkling wine, and Spanish diners' version of the quintessential spritz with a big finish. Cheers!
Cheers.
Sunday brunch at Spanish Diner. Ooh. If there's one flavor that will make every diner in your party happy, it is likely Italian. But this is no ordinary Italian that we're headed to, despite being found in Little Italy. It is built by Iranian immigrants who ended up in a Sicilian blended family. And the party that you get invited to will leave you begging to be invited back again and again. The pies are crispy and bubbling hot at Little Italy's Gelso and Grand, with all the hustle and show of the Feast of San Gennaro right on her doorstep, feeding locals hungry for comfort all year round and taking care of the tourists looking for true Italian authenticity. It is the sweet spot for owner and immigrant himself, Nima Garros.
We have 3 restaurants on Mulberry Street, and I grew up in the neighborhood. I used to come here when it was a sandwich shop. I was born in Iran. I moved here. My family all migrated here in the 80s.
Right.
And then my mom opened a restaurant down the block called Da Gennaro 20 years ago. My stepdad is Sicilian.
And that only a New York story has a perfect ending when you can sit down and feast. Chef Edwin Cintrone teaching me his perfect pies. It is the feast. Do you have a special feast pie?
We do. We have a couple, actually. We have a traditional sausage and peppers pie, and we have our San Gennaro pie.
We're gonna make both of those?
We're gonna make both today.
Eat?
And eat both of them.
Yes. The dough, of course, made in-house. We stretch and twist, turn and pull. Toppings of cheese and marinated artichokes for me. Classic sausage and sweet bell peppers for Chef. Turning out 2,000 on a regular week, double that for the feast week. Chef's signature move.
Hit the crust with a little bit of olive oil before it goes in.
The crust puffs up. The cheese bubbles at molten hot temps, watched over and turned to perfection with the payoff.
Yours has a nice thicker crust, nice bubbles. I actually like it that way.
Nice. I'm glad I made it the way you like it.
Yeah.
To the dining room with all this bounty, from pies to a lox and bagel bowl, pasta carbonara, a chicken parm to go, Nutella French toast, and a sweet finish. Pie first.
Yep.
Let's dig in.
Yep.
You go, I go? Oh, I'm taking this bubble. Cheers. Wow.
How'd you do?
Amazing. Hard to top that, but we try. With a sweeter, classic brunch treat. Banana Nutella French toast with sweet strawberry cream. Kudos to Chef. I don't think you can mess anything up that has Nutella.
Yeah.
But this is pretty dang amazing. And how does a bagel get onto the menu of a New York Italian joint?
We wanted to, stick out in the neighborhood.
This is an awesome twist. A beautiful grilled bagel, the lox, the poached eggs, the salad. It's a classic.
That's great.
That we never knew was a classic. We pair it with a perfectly portable chicken parm sandwich made for feasting tourists on the go. And this carbonara is only on the menu for brunch.
All the pastas that are made here are made in-house.
Somebody's in the back,
Yep.
cranking the wheel,
Yep.
making the pasta.
Yep.
That is amazing. We finished with an oversized cannoli, shell freshly made on a waffle iron and rolled, cream concocted in-house with a side of neighborhood rainbow cookies. What does she have in there? Apricot jelly?
Secret recipe.
And it's no secret, that'll make you ready to sing for your supper or brunch.
When you come to a Persian family's house or an Italian family's house, you're leaving stuffed and happy. So that's the middle ground between both the sides of my family.
Cheers
to Sunday brunch at Gelso and Grand.
Let's continue our tour of the world by visiting the cuisine of another part of the Mediterranean and the people of Israel at a spot that started small but didn't stop there.
We wanted to transfer the Tel Aviv feeling,
That vibe. Yeah.
the music, the tambourine.
This Sunday brunch, we're being transported to Israel by way of 12 Chairs in Soho on McDougal. General Manager Sammy Shemev is our guide. So when you invited me to 12 Chairs, you didn't tell me I was going to have to eat for 12 people.
This is what we call open table.
All of this plenty starts in the kitchen with Chef Mayan Glass. We're greeted by massive pots of boiling chickpeas, the essential in Mediterranean hummus and many of their dishes. We start with Mayan's take on savory brunch eggs, fried and topped with tahini.
Squeeze the tomato.
Plus, chopped cilantro, accompanied with a simply dressed fresh vegetable salad.
A bit olive oil,
Beautiful.
salt,
Uh-huh.
pepper.
Cumin?
Our secret ingredient.
Oh, he's not gonna tell me. All coming together for serious eating. And in the dining room, the dishes keep coming. Fluffy and sweet pancakes and French toast, classic scrambled eggs topped with salmon, and so much to be shared with friends. Worth getting dirty for. We dig in, sample, and dip.
Hummus, this is our baba ganoush. This is our labane with a little olive oil and za'atar on top.
Beautiful.
This is falafel and tahini.
Yes, it is.
This is our tabbouleh salad, madbucha.
Be sure to drizzle the silky honey mustard sauce on this classic Israeli schnitzel. The thing that I
There
never
you
knew my
go.
cutlet
Yes.
needed. This is one of those dishes that Mama makes best.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Appetite satisfied, food and laughter shared. We raise a glass.
L'chaim. Sunday brunch, 12 chairs.
Coming up, a New York City brunch staple. After the break, we're visiting an iconic spot in Central Park that's been around for decades to try their one-of-a-kind dishes. Plus, a luxurious culinary journey in Midtown Manhattan. We dine at Zaytinya right after the break. Modern restaurant culture in New York rests on the shoulders of some iconic titans, with no restaurant more well-known for its location, movie cameos, and hosting everyone who's anyone to Tavern on the Green. Tavern on the Green is a delight to all the senses, from the carefully crafted plates that leave the kitchen to the sun-drenched spaces, airy patio, even a tap room presided over by a whimsical golden carousel. Attention to details here leaves no room for the devil, and only heavenly bites.
Every plate that's leaving this kitchen is a showpiece.
French toast, thickly cut, marinated and braised bacon salads that are chopped or combined with figs over goat cheese, a classic New York pizza and decadent burger. And here Chef spills his secret to a meaty crab cake. So you're actually combining crab with the scallop
Right.
to make your crab cake.
Half and half.
Executive Chef Bill Pete only knows one speed, extra. The mayo to bind our cakes, house-made, the herbs hand-cut. We form and dip our cakes in rough panko, then make the perfect companion, a sauce of mayo, chopped egg, tarragon and parsley, chopped Cornichon pickles, and...
Chopped up capers.
Oh,
Okay.
I was wondering what that was. You do a lot of chopping in this kitchen.
If you listen, somebody's chopping right
now. They fry up, golden and crispy, the perfect counterpoint to a soft and golden French toast like you've never seen before. Brioche, cut into a brick, topped with fresh berries and sweet whipped cream. Originally built in the 1800s to house 700 sheep to graze on Central Park Sheep's Meadow, now double that will graze inside Tavern during a typical brunch. Let's go for it. The pizza oven's here blistering hot to churn out perfect pizza.
Fresh mozzarella and tomatoes.
I'm taking that basil leaf.
And we actually fry the basil leaf.
And back to that bacon. Crunchy, it's savory, it's sweet, it's salty, it's everything. We return to those seafood-rich crab cakes.
It's not like any other crab cake.
No.
No.
I love the competing textures of the seafood inside.
Yeah.
And from meaty to meat.
We do a 10-ounce burger. It's a big burger. It's more like a steak.
That is so juicy. That is so sublime.
It's an Angus blend. There's short rib and brisket in there.
Veggies too, getting the Tavern treatment. Honey roasted figs over whipped and airy goat cheese with simply dressed arugula and air-dried beef. And a salad of perfectly bite-sized, cooked and raw veggies. A sublime seasonal berry cobbler today with red plum, too.
It's a good way to end the meal.
Or begin. Wishing this would never end. We toast. Cheers!
Cheers.
To Sunday brunch. Tavern on the Green. The name Ritz-Carlton is synonymous with luxury, and at its latest offering in the Flower District, your palate will be treated to the equivalent of 1,200 thread count bed sheets. Every flavor silky smooth, enchanting. The result so good, just like the coziest bed, you'll never want to leave. Fearless and cooking with fire. Sunday brunch at Zaytinya shakes up the traditional flavors of the Mediterranean region, Turkish, Greek, and Lebanese, and elevates them by the artful hand of worldwide culinary master Jose Andres and executed by his French chef Joris Laragaldi. The Flower District, a backdrop for this Ritz-Carlton arrival on the Nomad Block. Eggs are prominent. Here, the El Camino, a base of cooked egg whites on top of Lebanese strained yogurt. The yolks delicately cooked and added on top, with me trying to keep up with the chef. I'm playing with my food. Wow. Luxurious caviar dots our omelet alongside another crispy Spanish treat, migas, made of the thinnest sliced and fried bread artfully arranged with a tweezer.
It's precise. It becomes an extension of your hand.
Fanciful flowers finishing our look El Camino, paying homage to a traditional pilgrimage.
El Camino de Santiago, which is that pilgrimage path that so many people have been taking over the centuries, leading from the south of France to the Pyrenees and all the way to the north of Spain.
A glorious metaphor creating your new favorite dish.
It's about offering a breakfast experience. We offer something elevated and completely new.
Next, a delicately cooked egg dish known as menemen.
Originated in Turkey. We just have a little bit of fresh tomatoes, fresh feta, and a little bit of chives. The egg is very tender, very soft, very light.
So creamy.
Very creamy, yet we don't add cream to it.
And now, shakshuka, having a moment on so many brunch menus.
It's a very classic comfort food.
Zaytinya's tucking a surprise in with its tomato base. I love those smoky spices in there. There's nothing that's overwhelming, but it's all coming together and playing so nicely. Yeah.
I agree.
Well done, chef.
Thank you very much.
The playing continues with shabia.
So we decided to elevate it by dressing it with yogurt as a very light, creamy sauce that we serve on top of the eggs instead of serving it underneath or on the side. And then you get that chili, that warmth of the chili that helps wake up in the morning.
And no brunch complete without a sweet finish. Here, an unforgettable take on French toast. Caramelized on the outside, otherworldly creamy on the inside.
So this is ashta. Ashta is a Lebanese way of presenting and doing a French toast. If you were making a French toast, we're making very similar. We're making with a brioche that we infuse with orange blossom. You close your eyes and you can imagine the sun. You can imagine an orange grove. You can imagine all those flowers, all those flavors. It's absolutely delightful.
I have died and gone to heaven.
Alas, our time in heaven comes to a close. We toast.
Cheers to the Sunday brunch at Zaytinya.
Coming up, a hot spot for meat lovers. After the break, we're taking you to Porterhouse to uncover all the secrets behind a steak that is just out of this world. Our Sunday brunch special continues straight ahead. And now we're headed to Porterhouse at Columbus Circle, taking its inspiration from the 19th century Porterhouse tradition of serving open-fired meat with a hearty drink, an old formula that modern diners love. Take a look.
The sizzle is on at Porterhouse, where the menu is direct and meat the star.
These are Porterhouse steaks. This is a cowboy ribeye, or it's a rib on the bone, rib steak on the bone, and a strip steak.
Michael LaMonaco has no beef about his passion for all things carnivore.
We are strictly prime beef, hormone-free and antibiotic-free. They buy our beef when it's still in the feedlots, when it's still on the hoof.
The simplest of preparation is needed once that dry aging does its magic.
A cut of beef loses 20% of its weight in dry aging, concentrates the flavor. This salt actually forms the crust, but it also seasons all the beef.
And these steaks like it hot.
The heat source is 1600 degrees.
Steaks getting a final basting with their own fat to ensure it's extra juicy. Burgers, too, are a direct and divine pleasure.
Are you putting in onions and garlic and Worcestershire sauce and chopped mushrooms and things to just...
No, nothing.
No, this is just...
all beef.
Once these essentials have finished their time on the grill, to the dining room we go to experience what LaMonaco calls the American grill. crab cake and pasta bolognese, arugula salad with Gulf shrimp.
Garganelli with bolognese, and this is a classic bolognese made with beef, veal, and pork. The pork I use, the secret,
Yes?
is prosciutto. A little bit of chicken livers in there too, you know.
Oh!
I'm giving you all my secrets.
Even a straightforward salad is elevated.
Beautiful arugula, endive, and avocado, and tomato. We like our shrimp on the jumbo size.
And now to what our mouths have been watering for.
Do you want filet side, strip side, or yes and yes?
Yes and yes. The beefy flavor of a porterhouse can't be beat.
That is just heavenly. This is the part of the meal when everybody goes quiet.
This gorgeous burger, fat and juicy, so satisfying.
Most chefs will tell you it's really about cooking for other people.
It's an act of love.
But it's all lust as we take to the final part of this meal with classic New York cheesecake and a mile-high chocolate cake precisely covered in chocolate ganache with a sidecar of coffee ice cream.
That's divine. I mean, divine.
And so we raise our Porterhouse martini and a King's Old Fashioned.
Cheers
to
Sunday brunch at Porterhouse.
Our Sunday brunch special is coming to an end, but our food adventure continues all year long right here on PIX11 News. To see all these and other special places we visited, check out our website, pix11.com/brunch. And we'll see you back here for Sunday brunch again next week during our PIX11 Weekend Morning News. Enjoy the new year. Have a great rest of your weekend. And as always, cheers to Sunday brunch.